There are no cruise ships docked in this port, and there may never be any. The Port of Lyttelton can't afford the cost of building a new $40 million wharf to house the nearly 80 cruise ships visiting the region every year.
We've got places in our plan to put it, but at the moment for us, economically, it doesn't make sense. So there is a chance it may not go ahead.
Since the devastating February 2011 earthquake, cruise ships have been visiting Akaroa. However, the sleepy town can't cope with the influx in visitors, and as the ships grow in size, a need for a larger wharf is becoming more and more essential. Already Canterbury is losing 30,000 visitors a year, as some ships are just too big for Akaroa. Before the earthquakes, the ships only brought in around $2 million of revenue a year for the port, so the company is hesitant about investing in the venture.
Financially, it doesn't make sense for our company.
Unless the Christchurch City Council, government or tourism operators stump up half the cost of building the new 350-metre wharf, it won't go ahead, and Canterbury will miss out on promised riches. Last season, 72 cruise ships visited Akaroa, spending nearly $15 million in Canterbury. If cruise ships only visited Akaroa, the annual 72 visits would increase to 105 a year by 2027, bringing in $28 million a year to the region. However, the bigger ships will have to bypass Canterbury altogether. That's unless a new wharf in Lyttelton is built by 2017. Up to 118 cruise ships would then be able to visit both Akaroa and Lyttelton, and by 2027, $45 million would come into the region annually. Over 10 years, that shared port option will mean an extra $127 million could be spent in the region. Tourism operators don't want to miss out on that cash windfall.
If the province was to say, look, no, we don't want that $127 million of benefit, we'd have to look at that in the context of could the Lyttelton Port Company accept a lower return for the cruise wharf versus other assets because of the wider economic benefit?
Akaroa is limiting the tourism opportunities available for the cruise ship visitors.
North Canterbury wine tours, like a much bigger day out on the Transalpine, those things are very difficult from Akaroa because they've got to get over the hill and they're only allowed to come into Akaroa after daylight and must leave before darkness.
As far as the local city councillor is concerned, Lyttelton needs to get its cruise ships back.
Akaroa is doing a great job of handling the cruise ships at the moment, but Lyttelton needs to be geared up to handle those cruise ships so that we can take advantage of this part of our economic development opportunities.
So who should pay?
There's a number of options that have been looked at. You can go from a government, some form of government, you can go from stronger levies on the industry itself through to local grants as well. There's a whole range of things.
Most Lyttelton locals are disappointed they may not get their cruise ships back.
Well, that would be a terrible shame, I think.
Well, it'd be a bit of a blow for the local economy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a shame. I think that they should be brought back in, personally.
Awesome. I live in Dunedin, so if they come to Port Chalmers, so much the better.
However, local business owners say the cruise ship visitors don't benefit them.
Yeah, there were probably some that did all right from it, but I think for the vast majority, the cruise ships didn't add too much.
A decision needs to be made soon. 2017 is the proposed date the wharf will be built, but the longer discussions take, the longer it will be before the cruise ships return.
What I do know is to build the facility takes about 18 months to 2 years anyway, the physical works and design to do it. So even if we got the go button, in March next year, it would be 2017.
Canterbury Tourism, the Christchurch City Council and the Port of Lyttelton will meet to discuss the future of the cruise ships later this month. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.